A sweeping lawsuit accuses 26 drug manufacturers of colluding in a price-fixing scheme to drive up the cost of generic prescriptions. RT's Brigida Santos joins me now to talk about this story. Brigida, which companies are named in the lawsuit and how did they defraud the public?
Well, there are 26 companies named. The defendants include notable drug makers Mylan, Pfizer, Sun Pharmaceutical Industries, and Novartis' Sandoz unit, and at least 10 drug company executives who were responsible for sales, marketing, pricing, and operations. The 450-page complaint outlines how the companies and executives artificially inflated the prices of 80 generic drugs through phone calls, text messages, emails, corporate conventions, and even cozy dinner parties. The executives reportedly in constant communication, colluding to fix prices and restrain competition. Their alleged activities are, of course, illegal under federal and state antitrust and consumer protection laws, so it's great to see this lawsuit coming forward.
Yeah, but Brigida, in America, if you're dressed up in a suit, and you got a tie on, and you carry a briefcase, and you got a Bentley outside, your laws are different from everybody else. See, none of these thugs will see the inside of a prison, even though the law's very clear. It's felony, felony, felony. We're not talking about misdemeanor law here. We're talking about serious felonies. In the Department of Justice, under Clinton was unwilling to do anything about it. Under Bush was unwilling to do it. Under Obama, not going to send anybody to prison. Under Trump, nobody's going to go to prison. So this has been going on for so long because they know they never have to go to prison. All they do is pay a fine and it's get out of jail free. What drugs did the companies inflate? What prices did they inflate?
Well, this complaint really focuses on generic topical skin products, so dermatology products including the local anesthetic lidocaine ointment, antifungal cream, clotrimazole, and latanoprost drops for treating glaucoma and other eye diseases. These are drugs that are commonly prescribed, so many people rely on them. And this scheme, unfortunately, took place allegedly between 2009 and 2016, which denied millions of consumers access to affordable generic alternatives to those expensive brand name counterparts. And the fact that the prices of these generic topical drugs had increased exponentially over that time frame is really what prompted this investigation. Prices were skyrocketing without explanation, in some cases doubling, tripling, or even increasing by over 1,000%.
Well, we know this. We know that you said 2009. We know that Eric Holder not only did not prosecute them, he gave them their way out every time they were cornered. Eric Holder let them up. Nobody was even investigated, much less prosecuted. Then comes in Loretta Lynch right after Eric Holder. You see, both of those folks, just like we saw with the Bush administration, just like we saw with the Clinton administration, just like we see with the Trump administration, they all are just joined at the hip with industry, all kinds of industry, not just drug industry, all the industry. The cost of generic drugs aren't just high in dermatology, they're high across the board, as in the healthcare in general. What kind of bills are COVID-19 patients seeing these days?
It's been absolutely crazy. Now, people who have been treated for COVID-19 have reported receiving astronomical medical bills. One woman in New York accidentally received a bill that should have actually gone directly to her insurance company, but it illuminated how high healthcare prices are. Now, her bill totaled over $400,000. It was reduced to $75,000 as a financial assistance benefit, but still, she can't afford to pay that much. When she actually looked at the bill to find out what she was charged for, it was really vague. It did include one line for prescriptions for over $42,000. Actually, it was titled pharmacy. Now, there was no itemized breakdown letting her know what the drugs had cost or even what drugs the doctors gave her. And then another COVID-19 patient from Seattle said that his coronavirus medical bills totaled over $1.1 million. Now, he's not going to have to pay most of that due to special financial aid rules that apply only to COVID-19 due to those congressional bills that were just passed. But people suffering from other diseases like cancer, they're often on the hook for similarly outrageous bills.
And the point is this, the point is these folks, these CEOs, absolutely know that they are criminally breaking the law. But they absolutely know that in Washington, D.C., they're going to get away with it. Somebody's going to have to pay a fine, but nobody goes to prison. So the next CEO comes in and does exactly the same thing. Without a perp walk, this is never going to change. And I haven't seen a president that has had the damn backbone to do what he should have done and appoint an attorney general who's serious about throwing white-collar criminals in prison. And that's what we have here, and it's only going to get worse. Brigida, thank you for joining me, okay?
Thanks, Mike.